police officers who have arrested other police officers. What's the story? This happened while I was serving as a Marine Corps MP. It was one of those nights where nothing felt quite right. We got a call from a woman on base. She sounded tired more than anything else. She said her husband, another Marine, was drunk and refusing to leave the house. She didn't sound scared, just done. I got there with my partner. It was quiet outside. No yelling, no broken glass. The guy was sitting on the front porch in PT shorts and a tank top, crying. Not sobbing. Just this low, miserable leaking of everything. Said his wife was leaving him, said she wasn't happy anymore. I nodded, let him talk, tried to de-escalate. Through the glass door, his wife walked by and motioned for me to come inside. Inside, it was a different story. She showed me bruising around her throat, a hole in the drywall right next to where her head had been, bits of splintered wood on the floor from the door frame. There were other things too, but not everything needs to be spelled out. It was enough to know she was telling the truth. I went back out and asked him to come inside, get dressed, talk things out, maybe sleep it off in the barracks. He said no. I didn't push it immediately. I wasn't about to cuff him in front of his kid, but then he bolted. He was faster than me, took off around the side of the building barefoot and disappeared between two of the family housing units. I radioed in and began sweeping. Found him about 5 minutes later, walking like nothing happened, barefoot across a playground, shoulders slumped like the weight of the world was finally pushing down. I called his name. He turned around and punched me. We went to the ground. It wasn't a long fight. I got the cuffs on, got him in the back of the cruiser. He started screaming halfway to the station, kicking at the windows, accusing me of ruining his life, calling me a traitor. He ended up getting 7 charges stacked against him: domestic assault, resisting, assault on a law enforcement officer, and a handful of others tied to damage and obstruction. It was a mess. Eventually, the Corps kicked him out. I figured that would be the end of it. But about 2 months after he was discharged, I was called in by NCIS. Apparently, on his way out, he decided to file a false report against me. Said he heard I raped a girl at the Marine Corps ball. Because of the law passed around 2013, all sexual assault allegations in the military have to be taken seriously and investigated by a Title 18 federal agency. No brushing things under the rug anymore. NCIS launched a full investigation. They pulled in every person I talked to that night, every security cam at the ball, checked my phone, everything. It took weeks. I was cleared completely, 100% unsubstantiated. But here's the thing. Even unsubstantiated allegations like that still show up in a background check. So when I got out and applied for civilian security clearance, it was sitting there in the system. It took additional paperwork and interviews just to explain a ghost of a lie. I never saw him again. Don't know what happened to him after the discharge. Maybe he's in another town trying to start over. Maybe not. But I'd still do it all over again. I'd still make that arrest even knowing how messy it got afterward. The bruises on his wife's throat didn't lie. The kids saw it all too. That's what stuck with me the most. That night wasn't about loyalty or brotherhood. It was about doing the job and doing it right, even when the badge is on someone else's chest. Even when it means taking the hit later. I lost some peace of mind over it, sure, but that woman and her kid got out. That was enough.